A 93-year-old woman in Tennessee says that for the first time in decades, she was told that she would not be able to vote, okay, because her voter ID failed to meet the new voter ID regulations in Tennessee.
Yeah, look, she's been voting her whole life. There's no problems with it.
She's been also cleaning the state capitol for 30 years.
And the governor's office.
Yeah.
So these are exactly the kind of people that Republicans don't want voting. You're a regular person. You're not even a millionaire. Why should you have a voice in our government? Supreme Court was clear. If you're a millionaire or a billionaire or a gigantic corporation, you have all the rights in the world. Freedom of speech rights, the rights to influence and basically buy our politicians. You're an actual voter. Come on, we can't. You've been voting for decades. You sound questionable. She was born through
in like 1918 or something, and
through a midwife.
Right.
Okay. And so she actually has never had her birth certificate. She goes in, she's like, okay, they got these new laws and I got to get an ID, photo ID so I can vote. They're like, yeah, we don't know. Maybe you're an illegal immigrant.
Because she doesn't have her birth certificate.
Okay, so now she's having trouble. But you think it's an interesting individual case, but it's not just about individual cases. I think Progress has noted a 96-year-old Tennessee woman also denied voter ID because she didn't have her marriage license. What the hell does that have to do with anything? That's not even in the law. And then 91-year-old Virginia Lassiter couldn't get ID she needed to vote because the DMV lines are forever. By the way, here's another trick that the Republicans are doing. They're increasing the number of workers in DMVs in white areas.
Oh, hell no.
Okay, and they're decreasing or shutting down DMVs in minority areas completely. So they pass a voter ID law that says you need photo ID. They know that 25% of African Americans don't have photo ID. As an example, also 18% of Latinos don't have photo ID. Then when they go to get one, well, oh, your DMV's shut down. Now you have to somehow, and remember a lot of these people don't have a driver's license, they're too poor, etc. You have to somehow get to the DMV in the white part of town, okay? Which you're not going to be able to do, especially as you're holding down one or two jobs. Oh, well, you look at that. Some of you made it, but a lot of you didn't. So there goes a huge chunk of the people that might be voting for a Democrat. Well, you look at that wild coinkydink.
And Democrats are already at a huge disadvantage because the time and resources it takes to be a voter or someone who is politically active was hard to obtain enough without this whole voter ID issue, right? Mm-hmm. You need the time to research the issues. A lot of minority groups, poor people, don't have the ability to do that because they're working all day long. You need transportation to get to the voting booths. I mean, all of these things put the Democrats at a disadvantage already, and these people who want to practice their, right to vote, it puts them at a disadvantage as well. And now Republicans are adding an extra layer to it, which is unsurprising.
So look, these guys are playing the percentages. That's what you have to understand. So are there African Americans that are white collar and have plenty of time to do the research and can get to the voting booth in their Mercedes? Of course, right? But they know that about 90% of African Americans vote Democratic. They know 25% don't have voter IDs. They know that if they make that 25% harder to get to, and those are the ones that are poor, more likely to vote Democratic, et cetera, that they're going to get a certain chunk that will not vote for Democrats because of the extra layers that they put in there. And that's what they want to do. I mean, in a state like Florida or Ohio, you think that might not make all the difference in the world? Absolutely. And so in southern states like Tennessee, South Carolina, et cetera, look, they know how to do this. They've done this before. They did it that's why we need the Civil Rights Act. They would do things like, of course, the poll tax back in the day, where they would say you have to pay. Now, the poll tax is in some ways coming back. In fact, I think Progress also talks about a Tennessee agency that required an 86-year-old World War II veteran to pay a fee to obtain an ID so that he could vote. Totally unconstitutional, right? But it's back. Why? They got to make sure that minorities don't vote for Democrats. And look, it's the most damning quote of all time. We even ran it once on the Young Turks. The old video, Paul Weyrich, the godfather of this conservative movement, guy who helped fund the Heritage Foundation, the Moral Majority, et cetera, et cetera. He said, look, we don't want more people voting. We want less people voting, okay? We're not interested in, yay, let's get votes out there, okay? We're interested in as little people as voting as possible so that we can win elections.